Charlie Kaufman might be the reason I became a film critic, so of course I was excited for I'm Thinking of Ending Things, his latest movie. It dropped on Netflix September 4th. Whether he's writing screenplays for someone else or directing them himself, Kaufman has distinctive stylistic tics and thematic obsessions. He often plays with the form of the movies themselves, self-consciously flipping our expectations about truth and fantasy on their heads, which taught me, as a budding critic, how to look at a film as more than just its plot. He also published his first novel this year, a 720-page doorstopper titled Antkind, about a failed film critic. I'm still working up the courage to read it, for obvious reasons. Since he first broke through in the 1990s, his style and themes have become so identified with him that it's possible to call something Kaufman-esque, the way you might say something is Kafka-esque. In fact, Kaufman and Kafka aren't entirely dissimilar. They share a taste for the surreal and twisty. They prefer you feel your way through their stories, rather than insisting on solving their plots like puzzles. But while Kafka's point is often social in nature, Kaufman's is existential. In Charlie Kaufman's world, in movies like Anomalisa and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Synecdoche, New York, our own narcissism and desperation to cure our loneliness conspire to form a maze from which we can never really escape. I loved I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which is about as Kaufman-esque a movie as you could hope for. It is, unsurprisingly, hard to describe. Based on Iain Reid's 2016 novel, though with an unmistakable Kaufman twist, it starts out as a story about a young woman, Jessie Buckley, who is embarking upon a road trip with her boyfriend Jesse Plemons to visit his parents Toni, Collette and David Thewlis at their farmhouse. She is thinking of ending their relationship. They've only been going out for about 7 weeks, but hasn't worked up the gumption to do so yet. His name is Jake, but hers keeps changing, especially once they make it to the farmhouse and the weird family meal that awaits them. Is she Lucy? Lucia? Louisa? Is she a painter or a physicist or a poet? Where did she grow up? What does her voice even really sound like? Why does it feel like time is slipping forward and backward? The pair's conversations in the car seem erudite and wide-ranging, but they're often quoting other texts, and in fact a lot of the movie's quotations and speeches and monologues are cribbed from other sources. You get the sense that art is insufficient to address the brokenness of our hearts and the gulfs between us. And meanwhile, mysterious scenes featuring a sad sack school janitor, Guy Boyd, are cut into Jake and Lucia, Louise's trip, layering in the feeling that something uncanny is going on. As I said, I loved it.